Hey guys, this is Segef with Frontlinetactic, and today I'm just kind of doing a quick little video about some of my Kenshi stuff. This is my Kenshi playthrough so far. I'm actually playing just northwest of the swamp. Found a really nice fertile patch here. Kind of cutting my way out, nice resource location. Semi-central that I kind of like to get around and doing stuff. But that's not really what I'm doing this video about right now. The video that I'm doing right now, as we just idly watch my team, is kind of a lore perspective, or a lore pitch, so to speak. Divination and I have been talking, and a while ago we came up with the idea of the hivers were possibly invading forces, and humanity had to fend them off, and that explains the skeletons, because the skeletons were a manufactured army to combat, well, swarms of bug people. Well, we expanded on this idea, and we kept thinking and talking, we're like, well, shouldn't there be more ruins if we were established on this planet? Humans, i.e. humans, Greenlanders and such. And it didn't make sense. Like, we would have been more established. And it also didn't explain some of the interactions that the hives have with us. And then we kind of came to this conclusion that what if the hivers were the natives to this planet? And all the ruins that you find are terraforming and landing pods, or space shuttles and satellites that we came. And then due to possibly a civil war caused by various political groups, and this could explain the radical political landscape that is part of the United Cities and the Holy Nation. That they're not innately racist per se, but are going off of the familiarity or the like description of past leaders, how all myths and lore have truth in them. Like the Iliad and the Odyssey, it is a work of fiction, but there's nuggets of historical truth within it. So if you believe the Bible in that same regard, not saying, I'm not going on a biblical term here of like if there is, there isn't a higher power, but, or what you believe, but still, you can't deny that there's people, places, and events that happened in both of those books, the Iliad, or all three of those examples, the Iliad, the Odyssey, and the Bible, that have historical reference and truth to them, regardless of your political, your religious standing. I'm not going to get into that. But we can safely agree that all of us can agree that it's a thing. What if the holy nations partially correct that there was someone that caused humanity to fall from its grace, that we were this utopian, or working towards a utopian society, we were going to the stars, we're conquering and taking things, and then we fell as a society on this alien world, and we are cut off from the communication and just connection to the other worlds that humanity has possibly conquered. And the Sheks, yeah, they're so drastically different from the hivers. They might be native, or they might be a byproduct of the war, the Civil War. Hear me out. So you can say that one side did genetic manipulation so that you can create a super soldier, or okay, and then the other side made a mass mechanical army. Not too much different than the Clone Wars. Hear me out. The Clone Wars of Star Wars. One side, genetically modified Mandalorians. The other side, mindless sentinels. what if we have a scenario thing here, or a similar scenario in that regard, and that also feeds in the hatred of, say, the Holy Nation. The Holy Nation just viewed almost like a Gattaca thing, where the genetic manipulation, they were just their place. Like, they were meant to be soldiers, and they weren't supposed to be people, so to speak. I'm not saying that genetically modified are not people. I'm just going off on describing things, or rationale. And then the other side had a mindless automaton army, and that would explain part of the visceral hatred that the Holy Nation has towards robotics and skeletons. Now, they'll tolerate Sheks and the other races as kind of like a second-class or third-rate citizen. They're not fully xenophobic. They're just separatists. If you get into your different types of seclusion and racism. So yeah, that was our pretty much our kind of like thought, is that humanity is the invader, and subsequently, due to possibly a civil war, became refugees on the Hive's world. Well, guys, that was pretty much all I wanted to kind of get off my chest and share with you guys. Let me know what you think. Like and comment in the section below. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. But till then, stay safe on the front line.